Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome back. If you are, listening to us right now, you are a learner. And today's mission is really special.
It is.
We're going to learn about some deep lessons of Islam, and we're going to improve our English at the exact same time.
Exactly.
So the English we use today will be clear, it'll be simple, and very easy to follow.
Right, because learning a language is just, it's so much easier when the topic actually means something to you.
It really is. And today's topic is Surah Imran, which is the third chapter of the Holy Quran.
A very powerful chapter.
Yeah, it has these amazing stories. I mean, it talks about a miraculous birth and a really big battle, and it shows us how to stay strong when things just go completely wrong.
Which is a lesson we all need, honestly.
Definitely. So to start us off, I have to ask, where does the name come from, and when was it given to the Prophet?
Well, let's start with the basic facts.
Yeah.
So Surah Imran is the third surah or chapter in the Quran, and it is long. It has 200 ayats.
Ayats meaning verses, right?
Yes, exactly, verses. And it is a Medinan surah. That simply means these verses were revealed after Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, moved to the city of Medina.
Okay, got it. And what about the name itself? I know it translates to the family of Imran.
Right. So Imran was this very good and pious man. He was the father of Maryam.
Oh, Maryam. Mary in English.
Exactly. So this entire surah honors that specific family, the family that gave us Maryam and, of course, her son, Prophet Isa.
Who is Jesus in English?
Yes. So it honors this beautiful lineage of faith.
That makes a lot of sense. So we know the surah talks about two very big events in Islamic history. And these happened between the 3rd and 9th year of Hijrah, right?
That's right. The early years of Medina. And the first big event was the Christian delegation of Najran.
Okay, so who were they?
Well, Najran was far away. But a group of Christians came all the way to Medina just to talk. They wanted to have a peaceful dialogue about religion, and especially about Jesus or Isa.
Because the beliefs are different.
Right. They wanted to know what Islam said about him. And Surah explains that in Islam, Isa is a very great prophet.
But this is a really complex topic.
Mm-hmm.
How does the Quran explain Isa's creation to them so simply?
It uses a beautiful, very simple analogy. It compares Isa to Adam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because both groups, Muslims and Christians, believe in Adam. So the Quran says, look, Allah created Adam from dust. He just said the word be, and Adam was alive.
Right. No father, no mother for Adam.
Exactly. So if Allah can do that for Adam, he can do the exact same thing for Isa. Allah just said be. It's that simple.
That is so clear. I mean, it takes this huge debate and just makes it logical.
It really does. It was a very peaceful intellectual moment. But then the surah shifts to the second big event, which was not peaceful at all.
Right. You're talking about the Battle of Uhud.
Yes. The Muslims faced a very, very hard battle. And unfortunately, they made a mistake.
They didn't follow an order, right?
Exactly. And because of that mistake, they lost the battle. They lost 70 people, 70 martyrs. And the community felt incredibly sad and broken.
So wait, one event is about sitting down and talking peacefully, and the other is about a really hard, violent battle. Why are these two very different events in the same surah?
Because, well, they're both tests, just different kinds of tests.
How do you mean?
The dialogue with the Christians from Najran that tests what you believe in your heart. It tests as if you know the truth about Isa. But the Battle of Uhud tests how you act when you are afraid.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it tests your actions during danger. So the surah is teaching us how to pass both kinds of tests.
That is profound. And, to truly understand these big tests, we need to learn some important English words that are used in these stories.
Yes, vocabulary is key here.
So for our listeners, we are going to teach 3 simple English words related to the surah. We'll give the meaning and an easy example sentence for each.
Perfect.
So the first word is victory. In simple English, victory means winning a fight or passing a very difficult test. You win.
Right. And in the context of the surah, it reminds the Muslims about an earlier battle, Battle of Badr.
Which happened before Uhud.
Yes. At Badr, the Muslims had a very small army, but Allah gave them victory anyway. Because true victory comes from God, not from having a big army.
So an easy example sentence for our listeners would be, Allah gave the believers victory because they trusted him.
That's a great example. Very clear.
Okay, word number 2 is patience. In Arabic, this is sabr. And patience means staying calm and strong when things are very hard. not getting angry or giving up.
And this is so important after Uhud.
Yeah, exactly. The way I like to think about it for our listeners is that patience is like a shield.
A shield, yeah, I like that.
When sad things or hard things hit you, the shield keeps your heart safe. You feel the hit, but you don't break.
That's exactly how the surah uses it. It tells the believers to have patience, to hold up that shield after they lost the Battle of Uhud and felt so much grief.
Right. So our example sentence is, a good Muslim shows patience during a hard test.
Very nice. And that brings us to the third word, which is charity. In Arabic, infaq.
Charity means giving your money or your help to people who really need it.
But what is so interesting in Surah Al-Imran is when people give charity.
Oh.
Yes. The surah says that truly good people give charity in easy times and in hard times.
Wow. So even when you are struggling yourself, you still help others.
Exactly. That shows true faith.
I love that. So let's give the example sentence. We give charity to help the poor and please Allah.
Perfect. Those three words, victory, patience, and charity, they really describe the actions of true believers.
Yeah, we do. But the surah also talks about people who are not true believers.
Yeah.
And that brings us to some slightly harder English words.
Right, the upper A2 vocabulary.
Exactly. Because life is complicated and so are people. So our fourth word is hypocrite. The Arabic word is munafiq.
A very strong word.
It is. A hypocrite is a person who says they believe something, but inside their heart they do not. They pretend.
And we see this right before the Battle of Uhud. The leader of the hypocrites actually left the army. He took a third of the soldiers and just walked away, right before the battle even started.
Wait, a third of the army?
Yes, he pretended to be part of the community, but his heart wasn't in it.
But hold on, let me ask you something. Because at Uhud, the believers, the archers on the hill, they made a really big mistake too.
Yeah.
So is a hypocrite just someone who makes a mistake?
No, that is a very important difference. The believers on the hill made a mistake in the heat of battle. And what did they do afterward? They felt terrible and they asked Allah for forgiveness.
Right, they repented.
Exactly. But a hypocrite is different. A hypocrite plans to do bad things. They lie about their faith on purpose. It's not an accident.
It's a sickness of the heart, not just a mistake of action.
Beautifully said, yes.
Okay, so an example sentence for our listeners. The hypocrite pretends to be a friend, but leaves when danger comes.
That explains it perfectly.
Awesome. Moving on to word number 5. The word is steadfast.
Steadfast. In Arabic, words like sabirun or qanitun.
What does it mean in simple English?
It means standing very firm. You do not move or change your mind, even when it is incredibly difficult.
Like planting your feet on the ground and not getting pushed over.
Yes, exactly. And the Surah uses Maryam as the perfect example of this.
Oh, how so?
Maryam was steadfast in her prayers. She always prayed quietly, beautifully, and she never gave up her devotion no matter what people said.
She just stayed totally focused on God.
Right. She was unshakable.
I love that word, unshakable. So our example sentence is, Maryam was steadfast in her love for Allah.
Excellent. And our final advanced word number 6, is martyr.
Martyr, which is shaheed in Arabic.
Yes.
This means a person who dies for their faith and their religion. And this is so connected to Uhud because, like we said, many good Muslims died there.
70 of them. It was a massive tragedy for the families.
I can't even imagine the sadness.
But the surah gives them a beautiful promise to help with that sadness. It tells the believers, do not think the martyrs are dead.
Wait, really? It says they aren't dead?
Yes. It redefines death for them. It says they are alive with their Lord, they are receiving good things, and they are feeling happy.
Wow. So it completely changes how the families feel about losing them. It gives them peace.
Exactly. It heals the community's heart.
That is so powerful. Let's give the example sentence for our learners. The martyr is honored and alive with Allah.
Very well said.
You know, learning these words, victory, patience, charity, hypocrite, steadfast, martyr, it really helps us understand the deep lessons of the surah.
It unlocks the meaning.
Yeah, it does. So let's take a minute to just think about what this means for our own lives today. A short reflection.
I think that's a great idea.
For me, the biggest thing is the power of forgiveness. The surah shows us that even really good people, like the believers at Uhud, they make mistakes.
They are human.
Right. Being a good Muslim doesn't mean you never fail a test. It means that when you do fail, you ask Allah for forgiveness, you turn back.
That is the whole point. And actually, the Surah leaves us with a perfect summary of how to do this. The very last verse, verse 200.
Oh, what does it say?
It's like a final piece of advice. It tells the believers to do 4 things. Persevere, meaning keep going, be patient, stay together as a community, and fear Allah.
Keep going, be patient, stay together, fear Allah.
Yes. And if you do those things, the verse says you will be successful.
Successful. I think the Arabic word for that is falah, right?
Yes. Falah, true success.
And it's so important to remember that true success isn't about having an easy life or never making a mistake. True success is about being patient, asking for forgiveness when you mess up, and holding firmly together to the rope of Allah.
That is exactly the message of Surah Al Imran.
Well, thank you for joining us at Riyaj Islamic Institute. We hope you learn new words and beautiful lessons.
But before we go, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought, something to think about later today.
Oh, please do.
Surah Al Imran shows us something amazing. A worldly defeat like losing a physical battle can actually be a spiritual victory, but only if it teaches you how to truly rely on God.
A defeat that turns into a victory.
Exactly. So ask yourself this. What is a recent failure in your own life that might actually be a hidden lesson to make you stronger?
Wow. That is a deep question. A hidden lesson to make you stronger. Thank you for that. And thank you to everyone listening. Stay curious, keep practicing your English, and have a blessed day.